Chapter 23 of Revelations of Divine Love, read for LibriVox.org by David Barnes. Revelations of Divine Love by Julian of Norwich, the 9th Revelation, Chapter 23, The Glad Giver. All the Trinity wrought in the Passion of Jesus Christ. And in these 3 words it is a joy, a bliss, and endless satisfying to me, were showed 3 heavens as thus. For the joy I understood the pleasure of the Father, and for the bliss the worship of the Son, and for the endless satisfying the Holy Ghost. The Father is pleased, the Son is worshipped, the Holy Ghost is satisfied. And here saw I for the 3rd beholding in his blissful passion, that is to say, the joy and the bliss that make him to be well satisfied in it. For our courteous Lord showed his passion to me in 5 manners, of which the first is the bleeding of the head, the second is discolouring of his face, the third is the plenteous bleeding of the body, in seeming as from the scourging. The 4th is the deep dying. These 4 are aforetold for the pains of the Passion. And the 5th is this that was showed for the joy and the bliss of the Passion. For it is God's will that we have true enjoying with him in our salvation, and therein he willeth that we be mightily comforted and strengthened, and thus willeth he that merrily with his grace our soul be occupied. For we are his bliss, for in us he enjoyeth without end, and so shall we in him with his grace. And all that he hath done for us, and doeth, and ever shall, was never cost nor charge to him, nor might be, but only that which he did in our manhood, beginning at the sweet incarnation, and lasting to the blessed uprise on Easter morrow. So long dured the cost and the charge about our redemption indeed, of the which deed he enjoyeth endlessly, as it is aforesaid. Jesus willeth that we take heed to the bliss that is in the blessed Trinity, because of our salvation, and that we desire to have as much spiritual enjoying with his grace as it is aforesaid. That is to say, that the enjoying of our salvation be as like to the joy that Christ hath of our salvation as it may be while we are here. All the Trinity wrought in the Passion of Christ, ministering abundance of virtues and plenty of grace to us by him. But only the maiden's Son suffered, whereof all the blessed Trinity endlessly enjoyeth. All this was showed me in these words, Art thou well pleased? And by that other word that Christ said, If thou art pleased, then am I pleased. As if he said, It is joy and satisfying enough to me, and I ask naught else of thee for my travail, but that I might well please thee. And in this he brought to mind the property of a glad giver. A glad giver taketh but little heed of the thing that he giveth, but all his desire and all his intent is to please him and solace him to whom he giveth it. And if the receiver take the gift highly and thankfully, then the courteous giver setteth at naught all his cost and all his travail, for joy and delight that he hath pleased and solaced him that he loveth. Plenteously and fully was this showed. Think also wisely of the greatness of this word ever, for in it was showed an high knowing of love that he hath in our salvation, with manifold joys that follow of the Passion of Christ. One is that he rejoiceth that he hath done it indeed, and he shall no more suffer. Another, that he brought us from endless pains of hell. End of chapter 23. This recording is in the public domain.